All right, today we're diving into a financial revolution that's already worth hundreds of billions of dollars. And you know what? It's set to completely reshape everything you think you know about money. It's called decentralized finance, or DeFi, and it is, without a doubt, one of the most powerful things happening in tech right now.
Just look at this number for a second. $770 billion. That is the projected market size for DeFi by 2031. Now, this isn't just some steady growth. We're talking about a tidal wave of capital that is already reshaping the entire financial world as we speak.
And this chart? Wow. This shows you just how fast this is all happening. We're not talking about a slow climb here. This is an absolute explosion. Seriously, the future of finance is being built right now. And honestly, most people don't even know what it is yet.
So, okay, let's make this personal for a second. Think about your savings account. What if you could be earning way more interest, and not from a bank, but directly from a piece of software?
And what if you could trade, whenever you wanted? Day, night, weekends, holidays, without ever having to go through a traditional broker?
And here's the big one. What if the whole idea, the very concept of needing a bank to borrow or lend or trade, what if it just went away?
Look, this isn't some sci-fi movie plot. This is decentralized finance. It's a living, breathing ecosystem that is already processing billions and billions of dollars in transactions every single day. It's completely rewriting the rulebook on finance.
So that's what we're going to do in this explainer. We're going to break it all down. We'll get into what DeFi actually is, how it works under the hood, where the incredible opportunities are, and, this is critical, what risks you absolutely 100% need to understand before you even think about jumping in.
All right, so let's get into the real nuts and bolts of this thing. To really wrap our heads around DeFi, we have to start with the core technology that makes this whole revolution possible. So at its heart, DeFi is just financial services built on a blockchain. Instead of relying on big institutions, like banks or brokerages, it uses lines of code called smart contracts to do everything automatically. The key phrase to remember here is, no more middleman.
So what in the world is a smart contract? Honestly, it's just code that runs itself when certain things happen. The absolute best way to think about it is like a digital vending machine. You put a coin in, the code runs, and bam, you get your snack out. There's no cashier, no manager, just a pre-programmed, unstoppable agreement.
Okay, so now let's see how this tech creates a financial system that is just fundamentally different from the one we all grew up with. Let's put DeFi and traditional finance head to head.
And man, this table just shows you the night and day difference. With DeFi, access is global, it's 24/7, and most importantly, you control your own money. Every single transaction is transparent on the blockchain for anyone to see. The fees are usually lower, and things settle in minutes, not days. It's really an open, user-controlled system versus the closed, institution-controlled one we're all used to.
So we get it. It's open, it's fast, it's transparent. But what can you actually do with it? Let's take a look at the most popular tools in the DeFi toolbox. The three big ones are lending and borrowing, trading on something called a decentralized exchange, or DEX, and a concept called yield farming, which is basically earning rewards for helping a protocol out. People in the space call these money Legos because they're these individual financial tools that you can stack together in some really powerful and creative ways. First up, lending and borrowing. Platforms like Aave and Compound, which you can see here just dominating the market, let you lend out your crypto to earn interest, or you can use your crypto as collateral to borrow against it. The crazy part is that the interest rates aren't set by some committee in a boardroom. They're set by code, based purely on supply and demand. Next up, we have decentralized exchanges, or DEXs. Now, platforms like Uniswap have completely changed the game. They let you swap tokens directly with other people right from your own wallet. There's no company holding your money, there's no sign-up form, and the market is always open.
Okay, now this all sounds pretty amazing, right? And yeah, the potential for high returns is a huge draw. But, and this is a big but, it is absolutely crucial that you understand that this new Wild West comes with some pretty significant and very real risks.
This right here, this is the central tension of DeFi. On one hand, you have this incredible opportunity to earn, say, 6 to 12% on stablecoins, which are cryptos tied to the US dollar. But on the other hand, the very code that makes that possible can have bugs. And if a hacker finds one, your funds could be gone. Forever.
And believe me, this isn't just a theory. In April of 2022, an attacker found a loophole in a protocol called Beanstalk Farms. They used something called a flash loan to get enough voting power to pass a malicious proposal, and they walked away with $182 million, just like that.
So, look, the bottom line is this. Before you get into DeFi, you have to be aware of what I call the 4 horsemen of risk. You've got smart contract hacks, you've got insane market volatility, you have outright scams and rug pulls, and then you have the fact that regulators are still trying to figure out what to even do with this whole space.
But, despite all those risks, something really fascinating is happening. The giants of traditional finance, they're not just watching from the sidelines anymore. They are starting to step onto the field and build on this new infrastructure themselves.
Yeah, this isn't just a small-time thing anymore. We're talking about BlackRock, the world's largest asset manager, and giants like Franklin Templeton. They're actually launching funds that put real-world assets onto public blockchains. That is a massive signal that the establishment doesn't see DeFi as a threat. They see it as the future.
And this quote just captures the moment perfectly. DeFi is growing up. It's moving from being this niche experiment to a global, parallel financial system that's being used by everyone, from regular people in emerging markets to the biggest hedge funds on Wall Street. Which, of course, brings us to the ultimate question. Are we really watching the birth of a new, more open, and more efficient foundation for all of finance? Or is this whole thing just a massive, high-stakes bet on the integrity of a bunch of computer code? Well, the final chapter hasn't been written yet, but one thing is for sure, the financial world will never be the same again.